This podcast is brought to you by Blossoms PPC, your trusted partner for promotional apparel and uniforms. Since 1998, we've been manufacturing high-quality t-shirts, caps, and bags in bulk with competitive pricing and timely delivery. Visit www.blossomspc.com for more details.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Backbench Masterclass. Today, we are joined by someone who describes himself as the best manager of the Nalapad family in the Nalapad Hotel. Welcome, sir. It's great to have you on the podcast.
Thank you. Welcome to my hotel, guys. How are you doing?
Alright, so I'd like to start off the podcast with the most important question. Were you a backbencher in school and college?
Yes, I was the leader of the gang. So yeah, I was a backbencher. I was a naughty kid, but I came out pretty good, I think, sitting at the back.
So based on those, school lessons and college lessons, along with the lessons that you would have learned from your family, what do you think is one dynamic business lesson that you learned growing up?
So, well, seeing big figures in my house, it was always like we had to do something that sets us apart from them and have an identity of our own. So the key thing what I've learned from them is their time management. That has been key in running any business or probably doing anything right. You need to have really good time management. That's what I've picked up, and I wouldn't say I'm 100% on it, but I'm trying to get there. So far, so good. So yeah, I can't complain.
So you run teams across hospitality and education. What's one process that you've learned that you replicate across both?
So, see, both are completely different businesses, or, I don't look at education as purely as a business. We look at it as something what we want to give back. And what education was when we studied, went to school, and, all the flaws what we had and all the problems what my parents also faced as parents, we rectified all that to simplify people's lives, and the school would take over the child's holistic growth. So that was the school side of it. So it was a very, I would say, on a humanitarian basis, my dad had a very sought out vision where he wanted to do a school which is more practical and would help kids. Like, I tell my dad, I wasted a couple of years studying a lot of things what I don't use in school, in my real life, what I studied in school. So she took all those things into, as small aspects of it and built this vision. So that is what the schooling sector was. But the hotel is something what, my father was doing with my grandfather a lot of years ago. And then they got busy with a lot of other things and stuff. And then, time goes by, things get neglected. We let other people run and stuff like that. So all I got out of them was, they're very good managers. They manage things very well. So let it be school or hotel, education or hospitality, it's all about management. How you manage both things. And when you own something, it's all about management. You don't have to go and do anybody's job. You have to make sure everybody in the organization does their job. Simple as that.
Fair enough. So building up on that, how much of an importance do you think being hands-on plays?
Hands-on is very important, but you need to know when you need to go hands-off. Otherwise, you'll always be hands-on and you can't expand, you can't grow. You'll be right there. So like micromanagement is good to start with, but you should not get attached.
I think this is one of the greatest BBA lessons we could get from a backbencher, Please,
No, like honestly, like college is a little better than school. In school, you get your basics, and then college has a little more of practicals, and they try to implicate what is there abroad, implement that in your education system here now. But what we have to do is that we just have to grasp things, learn, understand, not mug up just so I can write an exam and come. So the time when we start to learn that, learning is the way forward, we're good. And for me also, I was also not like the best student or the smartest guy in the room, but I was street smart. I knew what was happening around me. You know, there is this something what we are blessed by having a childhood in India, that you get that one knack of things that I studied in London. None of those kids have that. So it's very evident when you're an Indian boy who's been doing things by himself. You can do some jugaad. That's how it is. So in India, if you're good at jugaad and you're good at the other things also, you'll be very good at everything.
So that's a great point, because my next question to you was, when you look at a business, how do you know that they're doing enough jugaad? How do you know that they're running efficiently?
So there's nothing called enough jugaad. You have to do the right jugaad. Because too much of jugaad will get you into problems. You need to do the right, how much is required, you balance it out, and you have to see, doing business in India, it's just becoming more and more like digitalized and scrutinized. So even we have to be on track with whatever you do. The future generation can't think like how our parents or grandparents thought about it, or everything was working with okay, here and there it works like that. That was India. Now things are becoming digitalized. You have to apply everything online. Things have to come through that. So your jugaads are coming, cutting low. So you just have to plan it out on how you're going to do what. There should be a very good balance. Then only things work. And your jugaad doesn't mean you're doing something wrong, but you have to make sure it is in a balance. Sometimes your jugaad someone else will not like, but that doesn't mean that is wrong.
That's true. So speaking of balance, and in the previous question I asked you, you mentioned that again, like you need like micromanage in the beginning, but after that you need to know when to delegate. My follow-up to that question is, how do you decide which decisions can be delegated?
So basically, finance has to go overlook by the founder, the owner, and things like that, because you can't wake up one day and be like, I didn't know all this happened, right? People are going to ask you only at the end of the day. So that's one thing that, it has to be with the main board. They have to take the decision. They have to make sure how they plan the money flow. Finance has to be planned like that. Rest of the operations and the expansions, that has to be delegated. Otherwise, things will not happen. Your operations, if you sit every day and sit and do your operations, then there is no scope for growth. Then you will always feel like without you, the business is not running. And that's how it will become, because without you, people will not be alert. And then you expect them to be alert always, like how you are there, then you want to be there, and it will not move forward. So that's where that ends.
So being in the hotel industry, what do you feel is the next trend or the next opportunity that's going to come up?
So see, right now, we just took our hotels back and we're renovating it now, and we're trying to create a brand of our own and things like that, because we are seeing a good opportunity there. COVID has taught us a lot of things. People have thought about why I leave my money in the bank for so many years and not live and enjoy it. So middle class people also want to enjoy life, want to go out, feel luxury, feel a little bit, pampered. So the younger generation is all hand to mouth. They earn, they spend everything. Nobody wants to save. So everyone is coming into that zone that they want something more niche and more luxury, but it fits in their budget. So affordable luxury. Affordable luxury is the new thing with hotels. That's what I feel. And I would say, look around your friends or your family. There'll be so many people who are flying to Thailand, going to Sri Lanka, going to these affordable holiday places, because it's not now when. That's what people are also thinking. And then these packages are so good. You're getting good deals. With like 50,000, you can go to Thailand, I think, for 3 days, 4 nights. 4 nights in 5 days or something like that, and come back. So things are getting very affordable. Luxury is getting affordable. Yeah, but then there is this ultra luxury which, people want to pay more, and that's where they find peace with it. But nowadays, affordable luxury also is giving you the same thing, but just the price is more, attractive. But your high society, high profile people, they see high prices and they book it even if the room is smaller. That's the mentality of people. So it depends on how you want to tap this market. There's a lot of different scopes in it. 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. Everything has a scope. So I think a young player today, Olive, they've replaced Oyo completely, is what I feel. I know their CEO very well. I know their founder also. So very close to me. I've seen them grow. So, they're a very good example for someone who's entered after COVID. And I think there are about 70, 80 hotels now in about 2 or 3 years. So that's really good. So there is a lot of potential. And there's a lot of scope for Airbnbs. There are a lot of people doing small homestays and making Airbnbs. So your hospitality sector has grown from just being a hotel. Even at your house, you can rent out one room in Airbnb. You give them breakfast, whatever, from your house and things. You can make money if you have an extra room and you feel comfortable. So there is a lot of ways to make money with hospitality sector.
So have you ever thought about, no budget, no restriction? What is the craziest hotel plan you'd come with in India?
So in India, is something like that would work, is what I feel. So my goal is we have about 6-7 hotels. I want to renovate all that, bring it to the standards what I would say I would go and stay in. And then I know, like, I've traveled the world, I've stayed in a lot of nice hotels. So bring in things from there, make it look nice, give a very luxurious feel. And honestly, you're even using the best of the best things to give that luxurious feel. And I don't think I have to charge 20,000-30,000 per night to make things work for me. So what I've understood is that give good quality at a good price, it works. Or what you just said, something blow it out of proportion. Everything is ultra luxury, like spend like crores and crores on one single room. And then charge also like, lakhs together for one night. And give them an entire personalized service with like not one butler, but 4 butlers, one entire laundry section. You have 3 chefs at your disposal anytime to cook any kind of food. You have caviar flown in, you have wagyu flown in, you have different of things flown in from different parts of the world. And then you're charging a thing. I'm sure people in India are going to pay. And people from abroad also will come here to experience that. Because that luxury market is that 1%. They don't mind going anywhere if you're giving them something exclusive and it's not there anywhere else in the world.
So, what is your grand vision for the Nalapad group of hotels?
So I wanted to be something like, I don't want to associate myself with another brand. But since the brand is that big and you can associate yourself, it's a nice thing. Like probably like something like your Taj or Oberoi hotels, how it is today. Hopefully we can, this is not built by me. It's built by my grandfather, my father, my uncles, and they're the ones who are the key owners and supporters of this. So we're just taking it because we're the next generation. We're building something that for the next generation to build on. So it's not just going to happen with me or with my father or my grandfather playing the right things. It has to go on. We can do how much we can, but they have to expand. But at least where I look at it, I want to at least reach to about 30 to 40 hotels, premium, and probably have 2 or 3 flagship properties by the time I'm 50. So let's see how that goes. But yeah, hospitality is somewhere where we're also very interested in, and education as well. We're even looking at expanding with schools. So both these sectors are very, we are very keen on expanding and growing on it.
So, do you think your experience in hospitality, again, if you look at hospitality, it's about creating a great experience. And your vision with like the school has essentially been to create a great experience for the students. Do you think like your experience in hospitality has played like a big part in the way you built your school?
So, well, I would say that, we've been on a comfortable life. So when you come from a comfortable life, you don't like being treated differently. You always want that little special thing. You want something nice. It's not that they have to come and put a crown on your head, but they come, they say nice things to you, probably throw in some extra fruits. You know, it's just that gesture that somebody's come spoken to you, asking you if everything's all right. Would you require something? Everything's nice. So what are we doing? People are coming and paying you money, and you're treating them nicely. We are not running a government school. Kids are paying us fees, and we're not charging them some small amount. We are charging them a good fee. When you charge a good fee, you have to give them quality teachers, quality food, quality infrastructure, that kind of a setup. So I would say, try going to my school one day. Probably one day you guys will also have kids, right? So what we are trying to give is something different, like on a 5-star level. But the child has to grow in a very humble atmosphere with simple, teachings which are the basic ethics today, which are missing from kids. You need to be humble, you need to be hospitable, you need to be sweet, kind. These are things that nobody teaches you today. Let it be your parents or in school. बच्चा भाग रहा है भागने दो, बच्चा ये कर रहा है करने दो. Everything's all about that nowadays. Let the child grow by himself or nothing. Yeah, let him grow, but we have to mold them. See, the child doesn't know what is right or wrong. You can't punish them. That's good. So all that schools can think is throw him out, punish him, things like that. We don't punish kids. We correct them. We speak to them. We tell them, And today, every child wants to say, my kid is special, or something wrong, or something is there with the child, or something like that. That's because you're making the child feel like that, or you're doing that to that. You should let the child be in a normal environment, take things up, and if there's something actually wrong, put him in the right place where he has to be. Don't make him feel indifferent. So everyone has their USPs. What you're good at, I might not be good at. What I'm good at, you might not be good at. You see, we can't compare and fight and say that, I'm better at this or better at that, I'm better than you. So we don't compete with each other, but we compete with ourselves. Become a better version of us from the previous version. That should be our, final agenda. So that's what we bring out in school. At the end of the day, you need to understand that you're coming here for a reason. You're coming here to learn. You're coming here to transform, to become a really good citizen of India tomorrow, or a leader of tomorrow. So we try to create that, because parents also are very busy giving the children a very good, comfortable life. So if they're going to do everything and the child spends maximum time in school, how is all that going to happen? The school is a very big part, and they should take onus to shaping the child and giving the child a holistic growth. He should be good at everything. That is very important.
So you've spoken about, expansions of hotels, expansion in schools, and these are grand plans. And usually grand plans require that kind of financial back-in. How do you define what is the correct amount of financial risk to be taken?
So, well, a lot of people would differ with me, because my family is like dead against taking loans. So we run debt-free. We don't borrow money and run business. We don't borrow and do anything, basically. Probably buy a car, we take a loan, which everyone else does. But we don't take money to run businesses. We try to do whatever we can. I'm grateful to that. Not many people are able to say that. But my family has given me a platform where I can do things without taking debts, or even if I'm not doing anything, I don't have to worry about paying somebody back. So that way, I would say an organic start to any business and growing that. It's not like, I'm not talking as if I've done it, but I've seen a lot of people who have done it, who started off with nothing, organically done it, small investments, small things, and they've taken things to next level. So when you look at that, there's 100% scope for people to do things without a huge capital. You can start off something small, do it organically, and build it. That's what I think.
It's the pressure of interests and interest payments that sometimes cripple a good business.
100%. 100%. Because see, probably if you didn't have that pressure to pay that money back, you would be able to perform in a different way and grow your business in a different way.
So you were a Josephite like us. Then you traveled abroad for your masters, and then you came back to India for the flip side of education, behind the desk this time. So what was the experience?
See, you know how it was. Right? 23 years of my life, waking up in the morning, going to school, then going to college, then coming back, finish, then again going back to school. You know, I was frustrated. I was like, I can't wake up in the morning and go to school. And when you run a school, you have to be there before everybody. So me and my dad, we used to have a lot of quarrels on that. And he used to tell me, no, everything about you is right. Just wake up and go in the morning. It never used to happen. So difficult. But somehow I got to a thing that, it will not work out otherwise. And I started getting a rhythm with it. It was good. But, I would say it's all because of my masters. It shaped me I was good with everything, but my masters polished me. I met a lot of people who are very important in my life today. Some really good friends. We have a really good bond. I travel anywhere in the world. I meet one of them somewhere or the other. It's only because I had this opportunity to study there, meet these kind of people. So I would say, if anyone asks me, what's your net worth? My network is my net worth. So that is as simple as that. The people I know are this not people I know. They're very close to me. They would do anything for me. Likewise. So that connection, those things, what you learn from these people and the practical experiences which I got from UK was very key in shaping up what I am today.
So could you share a story from your time in the UK?
So, well, I'm not allowed to share a lot of stories, but I'll share maybe this one story that let me think. What is all right? Viewers, there is a story in it. Oh, we were all like a bunch of naughty kids, and I'll tell you something funny. Like all my life, I've been a naughty kid, bunk classes, go out, all that I've done. But I've sat in classes. Like first, let me tell you something from Joseph's. I think second year I didn't get my hall ticket, and third year, second year, yeah, and the second year, second semester, I didn't study for any exam. We were out in about 2 months. I didn't write the exams. So in my last year, I had about 24 papers to write. Because one I didn't go and write, one they didn't let me write. Then I cleared everything in 1 year. I wrote all the papers together, and that was something, which made me feel more confident about myself because I shut myself off. Every time I had my exam, 1 month, 20 days, I was just at it. And then things went good because I challenged my father saying that, 3 years I will finish my degree. And I was able to do that. So what I would tell is that, you learn things from your experiences. So that made me understand that challenging myself was a good thing that, I would perform better. Then going to London, okay. The first time I had to submit an assignment or a project, damn, dude, I was very embarrassed. I looked like a fool because there is a certain way how you have to present things, how you have to submit your work. And I did it in a very shabby way. And then the teacher called me out and she's like, I don't know what is this. And she made me look like a fool. And then I took it to my heart, like I was like, no, I need to fix this. So I sat with a couple of friends from uni, sat in the library, things what I never do, went to the library, sat there, tried fixing all my assignments, and then went back and showed it to her before the class ended. So it was more like, before I left, she was like, yeah, all right. So I would tell people who are going to study abroad, understand all these things before going. Just going abroad and studying is not just about that. All the formats, all the things, what you learn is very different from here and there. You have to be aligned to that. It's very important. So I only want to keep it to inspiring stories and not the other things here.
So, your experience abroad, you would have seen a very different side of the world, right? As someone who's been born and brought up in India, even apart from vacations, when you actually live there.
So I was very, I don't know how to say, I was very into this rap music and UK grime and things like that. So I was already in their culture, but not living there. So my friends and my family were like, "You're supposed to be there. What you're doing here?" So it was very easy for me to get into a culture like that, a system like that.
So, was the, establishment of Blanc because of some kind of inspiration you got from the UK?
So UK is not the right example, but Europe as in a whole, I traveled a lot when I was there. So we used to chill a lot when we used to go out in the night, yeah. We used to finish all our day-to-day things. All of us friends, we used to meet around 10:30, 11, or, sometimes a little early, 9:30, get dinner. Then either go to one of our houses and chill. Or then we used to go to some coffee shop, some shisha cafes we used to go to back there. We used to be open till like 3 a.m. So you have some time to chill with your friends, go out somewhere. So here, the thing is different. You live with your families. People live with different people, and it's a whole nother setup in India. People don't like too many people coming to their houses or things. They want to go out. There's no nice place to go out in the night. And then I'm like, yeah, probably to drink and things. People have places, but I don't drink. I don't do anything. I like coffees. I like fresh juices. I like good food. So I have this kind of crave that, there was no place when I was young chilling with my friends to go out. Empire was the last thing. Used to go eat the kebabs and come back, or Imperial. That's it. But people are looking at good food now. They want to order some Swiggy in the night. It's available to 3, 4. But again, the delivery food, what's the quality? What's that? I want people to come and have like a full-fledged feeling that, what you're going to get at 5 o'clock in the evening, you will get it at 2 a.m. The same fresh food. Everything's on the menu. So that kind of feel I want to give Bangalore. And because we're in a hotel, we can run a 24-hour coffee shop. I've just kept it till 3 a.m. because after 3 a.m., I don't think anyone's going to come. So 3:30 we shut. 3 a.m. we shut the kitchen. 3:30 we take the last order for the beverages. So, and your desserts. So after that, pretty much it's like a nice place for some young people to come relax. It's a safe environment. Like even for couples to come sit and talk in the night. It's not like a shady place. Very aesthetically well made. So all these things were just thoughts from whatever I missed out. I'm trying to give the youngsters that, don't go out on late drives and far away and things like that and something happening. Come to the city only. You have a nice coffee shop. Sit here. Your parents also won't be worried. That's simple as that, All those things, my grandmother always used to, if I go anywhere in the night, oh, you're going in the car, don't go far. If I tell her airport road, she'll start screaming on the phone only. So that's how it was. She's no more, and I have nobody who will call me like that to tell me anymore. So that saddens me, but I'm giving like the other grandmothers an opportunity to tell their grandkids, go to Blanc, don't go far.
So following up with that, what are 3 items the grandmothers could recommend to their grandkids at Blanc?
So the Pizza Milano, we have really good smash burgers. So I love burgers. And like if you guys really like burgers, you should come and try mine. Give me a feedback. Because I think right now we're at the top of the game and at the top of the city. So that's something which you need to try. We have something called a mushroom cappuccino. But Since we opened, nobody knows about it, so it's not got very popular. I want people to come try that mushroom cappuccino. It's basically used with, it's like a mushroom soup, but we give it like a black coffee kind of thing. It's with a lot of different mushrooms, very expensive, high quality mushrooms, and all our ingredients are sourced globally. We don't get anything from just the market and sell it to you. Yes, it's probably coming from Holland, Denmark, Italy, Australia. So our pizza, the dough comes from Italy, the tomatoes come from Australia, the cheese comes from Denmark. Wow. So we try to put that on the plate because see, my international experience and eating the real authentic food has driven me to this, that, give them the real thing, not adulterated, not changed to Indian taste or, hampered. I'm giving you the real deal. You will feel that real flavor of the tomato, what you would eat in Italy. Even though my tomatoes are from Australia, it's all similar on that. It's grown similarly, but even the flavor. That's why I've picked that certain tomato. So all this matters. And like even the buns, what we make, we in-house bake it. The meat, what we use, I make sure it's the same supplier who's supplying to my house. So, it's all on the best things I've looked into here. People want quality, you want really good stuff, no preservatives, no added bullshit and everything. I'm not giving you healthy food, but I'm giving you clean quality food, which you will go to Dubai or Paris or somewhere, you're going to pay that much. You're going to pay probably even more than what you're going to give me. That's it. Yeah, because that is how it is. You go, you have a burger and you have a shake in London. It's going to cost you about 20 pounds, more than $2,000. So it's like nobody's asking now why is it 20 pounds, because the quality is good, dude. So you're getting somewhere else. You're getting a burger for $100, $200, and you're coming and giving me 500. You're feeling bad about that. Go see the quality. Don't tell me here. Like, I'm giving you high quality stuff because I want to go home and sleep well. As simple as that. So F&B is a very shaky spot. If you want to just make money and use the lowest ingredients, quality of ingredients and sell things to people, that's another thing. But if you want to use high quality ingredients and really do this as something that you're passionate about, because I love food. And I take it very personally if somebody comes and tells me something is not good. I don't let any of them go home that day. I sit and make sure, everything's sorted. Because this is something I'm doing out of passion. This is not like a business venture. I have something out of that. This is something I've bought in from different places I've traveled. I've bought in an ambience, an atmosphere for people to relax and chill. And to feel like you're not in India. That's it.
So many of your business ventures are focused and surrounded by things that you've done in your youth or things that you've experienced. So now, if you had to talk to 22-year-old Omar, what would you tell him to do differently?
I tell him to shut up and go listen to my father. To be honest, see, all our parents have done it, lived and come through a lot of things. And when they tell you don't do this, I've already done it, my son, listen. We don't want to listen. That is our problem. We want to learn our own mistakes. We want to build our own. You're wasting time, my friends. You're wasting time. That advice is gold. You have somebody to give you that kind of advice, it's gold. Take it and go. Because, see, if you think everyone can't be that 1 in a million, we have to look at we are the million and look at life. If you think everyone is thinking he's Shah Rukh Khan, he's Salman Khan, means it will not happen. We have to look at we are the crowd, we are the audience, and we have to live good life. How can we do that? We have to put that in perspective, and then you might be the one people are talking about 1 in a million. If we do everything wrong and waste our time, you're not getting there. You're still where you were. If I kept doing the same mistakes and I'm not moving forward, I'm still the same Omar, the 23-year-old Omar who's done nothing. Only if I'm moving forward, I'm coming in front of those things. Am I someone new, or at least see, today you people are feeling like asking me things, coming to me and talking to me, is because something right I'll be doing somewhere in my life. So that one feeling that, you're doing the right thing is very important. And we need to be focused. See, nothing's going to happen in a year, 2 years, 3 years. We have to be determined to do it. Then things will happen. I've been very determined about education, hospitality, and we do a little real estate also. So I'm just focusing on business. That's why people ask me, no, why no politics? Why no politics? I don't want to do politics. You already have 2 people from my family who we hardly get. I don't want to be that person for my family too. I want to be that person who's there for my family, there for my friends, there for myself. I want to do things. So it's more like my approach towards life is different. But yeah, we do a lot of social activities through Omar Haris Foundation, and that I'm very actively part of. And I probably want to get into like something related to sports, because I was always an active sports person in school, and I ran for state as a good athlete. So I wanna be part of something with sports. My father is the vice president for All India Football Association. So I see that, how he's been doing things very transparently and for talent. If I would tell him, somebody's come to me about he plays well, give him a chance and stuff like that. Long back, he's told me, listen, this is something. If he's got talent, he will be in the team. Nor I will recommend, nor will you. Nobody is ever going to come up with recommendations for this. So that's very, aggressive, because I'm his son and he's told me that. It's very aggressive with his approach. And he's got his vision clean on that. And that's how you should run sports. And you need clean people in this industry with sports. And I feel like tomorrow's world is going to get better only if we put sports out there more, because now the youth are getting spoiled with drugs. So we need to overcome that only with sports. That's where I think, I want to come in and do something about it.
So do you get the time to play sports?
I used to play pickleball some time back. I want to put up a couple of courts in Bangalore. So now I'm looking at that. But yeah, I even play paddle a couple of times. That's also fun. Before that, I used to play badminton. I love playing basketball. Just don't find the right crew. Like, find the right crew when I'm free. You can't just play with 1 or 2 people. It's boring.
So what is your favorite thing to do just to relax with your boys and your friends?
So honestly, that's my favorite thing to do. Relax with my boys. No stress. Just don't do anything much. Just chill. We have a couple of characters in our group. They entertain us a lot. So, we just have to give them something. And then they entertain you the whole evening with that. But, my set of friends have been the same for a lot of years. From school, college, maybe like very few people come into my gang. Very few people go out also. So it's been the same. So it's a very close-knit friends group. We're very chill, transparent with each other. Everyone's, including me, is a regular, normal human being, and we just chill. We have nothing like, oh, this person's this person's that, nothing like that. We're all like the same friends we were when we were in school, kids. I have no motives. Just want to have a good laugh.
So I think with that, we come to the conclusion of our podcast. It's been absolutely fantastic having you on here.
With that, my sugar cane will also come to us. Conclusion. Perfect. Thank you so much. It's been lovely talking to you guys. Hope you guys do great with this podcast and build a good community. But take care.
Yeah. Just